going to show the draping video of a silk saree or a synthetic saree which is very flowy in texture, which is not stiff, and I will also be showing a way in which you can make the pallu in a very easy manner. Okay, so with that, welcome to all, and please let me start this video. So this is a saree. I bought it online from the Flipkart app, and as you can see, the texture of the saree is very slippery. It's almost like a silk saree. It's a blended silk saree. This is the inner section of the saree. So I'm going to start draping from this end. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure exactly from where I should start draping, and I'm going to make sure that the saree length should just touch the floor. Okay. So with that, I start the draping. Okay. So the first tuck, and with that you move the saree over and you tuck it in. You just got to bring the saree this side, this way, and what you need to do is you need to measure that the saree should touch the floor, right? Not more, not less, alright? And with that, you should pull the saree tightly around you and just tuck it in the waist section, and tuck it in neatly so that the saree should not be bunched up at your waist. Okay, so see, with this the saree is now completely nicely. This is the first round which I have done. Alright, so once the first round is done, what you need to do, you just take the saree. This is the pallu. Just take the pallu roughly, and with this just pull the saree in front of you. Why do we need to do this? So that the saree should remain in a correct order. It should not get twisted and turned behind you. So that is the point. So now I have the pallu with me. Now I'll show you how the pallu is pleated. The original way of pleating the pallu is this way. The first pleat should be slightly wider, and the rest of the pleats can be narrower. Alright. So this is how we pleat the pallu. Now once you have pleated the pallu, you just take the pleats and arrange them in correct order like this. So this is the original way in which we pleat a pallu. But I'll show you another way which is easier, actually, very good for beginners. I'm going to fold it into half like this, and I'm going to tuck the left side into my waist like this. Okay. Now from here I will start the pleating. Okay. So this will be my first pleat, which will be wider. Okay. This will be wider, and the rest of the pleats will be not so wide. Okay. So I'm just going to hold this together, and I'm going to keep making these pleats. The last pleat should be facing on the opposite direction. Just see, this pleat is facing in this direction, but the last pleat is facing in the opposite direction. Now just hold it together and arrange the pleats so that they are in the same line. They should not be above and below. They should be in the same line, and you can add a pin here. If you don't have a pin, you can add a sari pin. I am just adding a clothes pin which will hold my pleats together. Alright. Now once the pleats are held together like this, I'm just going to take it like this and arrange the rest of the pleats. This is very important because these sarees have a very silky texture, as a result of which the pleats may go out of place very fast. See, here they are. So I'm just going to take another pin and just pin it here. Okay. So what happens is, when I remove this pin, see, the pleats are done. So you just take the pleats together and place it on your shoulder like this. It's that simple. Just measure it and just see till where you want. Like I want it just below my knees. I just want it below my knees, so that is absolutely fine. Now I will pin it to my blouse, and make sure that you pin a little bit behind, because if you pin it in the front, then your pleats may fall to the front. So now my pleats are done. Alright, so now I'm going to take the last pleat and bring it here. See, now the pleats are. Now I'm going to make the waist pleats. Now to make the waist pleats, all you need to do is bring it till here and hold this section. Now what you're going to do is, holding this section, you're going to pull it lightly with your hands so that you get at least 3 hip pleats. Can you see? Some hip pleats have formed here, and these 3 hip pleats, what we are going to do is, we are going to take these hip pleats and pin them here. We are going to pin them here with a pin, and make sure that the pin you pin it in a zigzag fashion like we stitch. The best thing is if you add a piece of paper to the pin, that will prevent your sari from tearing. Now we have as you can see, we have nice hip pleats here, and now we make the waist pleats. Alright, now to make the waist pleats, you can make it from this end or from this end. I generally prefer it from this side of the sari. So you start making the pleats. So I got these many pleats. Don't force the last pleat don't force more pleats to form, because otherwise you will get a very untidy kind of look. And while you're arranging the pleats, make sure that they are slightly apart from each other like this, so that when you arrange them, they look really beautiful. So after the draping, this is your final look. As you can see, all the pleats and pallu are made and the sari is draped neatly. There's just one more thing that you need to do in case you want this section to be tighter. Okay, just take this front portion and make a triangle fold here and just pin it with all the other pleats except the first pleat. Just leave the first pleat and use a safety pin in which you have added a piece of paper or a plastic like I have done, and just pin it with your blouse inside. What this will do is, it will keep this section neater, tighter, and this section also tighter. So, and your sari will not move. You will be able to sit, stand, walk, do everything wearing this sari. You will be able to wear this sari for the entire day. So this is the entire sari look, and I hope this video will be helpful to you. If yes, then please like, share and subscribe.